And I posted it once, but it was like the horizontal format. It didn't really do anything.
Right.
Whatever. So I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work either. Maybe a month or two later, and I filmed this on a shitty camera. It looked terrible. I put the video back in whatever software I was using, and I stretched the video to make it now the new vertical format. It looks like I filmed it on like whatever phone we had before an iPhone 1. It looks terrible. And I posted it again. And it did like 6 million views in a week, and I gained like 70,000 followers in a week, and I'm like, what is going on?
What's that? No, she's working. She has an actual job.
Let's do it.
Hey, what's up? Was that a 3 or a 6 that you just put in?
That was a 6.
Oh.
You need one?
No, I'm good. I would vomit on this podcast. And
It's not for everybody.
You know, that could be my shtick. I put in a Zyn and see how long this podcast can go for before I get nauseated.
Try it.
No, I'm good. Maybe on another one.
Okay.
The thing with these mics, kind of hold it up right up to your. Yep.
I'm new to this.
Yeah. Jamie, do you need his bathroom? Okay, cool.
My wife is here.
This is
Jamie. Jamie,
the
say
wife
hi.
is here. Boy, it's been a minute since I seen you.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Last time I saw you.
Couple years at least.
At least, I think it was 2022 Fittest Experience Games when I saw you there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Your wife was competing. No, that was a long time
it was
ago.
after that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What have you been up to?
Touring a lot. We just did Shiprocked. Now I have like 6 weeks off.
Is that the
Metal Fest on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's the best time ever. You play twice. The rest of it's a vacation.
Wow. Holy smokes. Yeah. That's fun. Okay. So I told you the basis of this podcast, kind of get a background of where you come from, why you got into your career. It was basically supposed to be me trying to market to different industries in Austin, Texas. But turns out a lot of business people are actually busy during the day. And musicians, they have a pretty wide open gap of nothing to do in the mornings and afternoons. Yeah. So that's why I kind of just, I guess, lean heavily into musicians. And there's a few other people of industry that come in here. But the basis is to get to know who you are and where do you come from. So where do you come from? Where do you call home? Or where did you grow up?
Originally, Graham, Washington.
Oh, I love Washington.
So like
that's right.
An hour-ish south of Seattle.
South of Seattle. What was Seattle like growing up? Or how old are you?
28.
Oh, my God. You're so young. Jesus. What was it like growing up in that area?
We lived pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like we had the grocery store, high school.
Yeah.
We were only like 20 minutes from like the next big town, but it was cool. I grew up on like a family compound. So the house that I grew up in, my grandfather grew up in. Okay. My great-grandparents lived there. And then they built their house, so they had a different house they lived in. My aunt, uncle, and cousins lived there.
Got it.
So it was a lot of family time. Everybody was 100 yards away.
Is that good or bad?
I enjoyed it. I like my family.
Okay, well, that's
so
awesome.
It was cool.
Yeah,
you had 3 options for dinner every night. If you didn't like what one house was cooking, you could just walk over to the other. I had 3 pantries to go through every day after school.
That sounds like a great life.
It was great.
And
it's quiet.
What did your parents do for work?
My mom works for the FAA.
Okay.
So she goes into the office and does whatever. I don't even know what she does, to be perfectly honest.
That kind of makes sense since Boeing was out of Seattle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then my dad has worked for the same construction company since he was like 15.
Awesome.
And then Grandpa worked, I believe, in the FAA as well. My grandma, I think at one point she worked at a library.
Okay.
Beyond that, I don't really know. My aunt works for Multicare, and that's with like the hospitals. And then my uncle works with my sister at Puget Sound Precast. They do concrete bird feeders and like if you get cremated, the boxes that people get buried, like stuff like that.
Okay.
Got a lot of different things going on.
Wow, that's awesome. So when did the music thing start happening? Or I guess what was your first intro into music? Do you remember that?
I originally played sports. Was big into soccer.
Okay.
I did that for a long time.
Yeah.
And then that game Rock Band or Guitar Hero came out.
Guitar Hero.
I was like,
Rock Band came out after Guitar Hero.
I believe so, because I got Guitar Hero first. I was like 8 or 9, and I was oddly good at it. Then I saw Rock Band.
Okay.
And at this point, I think I was 9 turning 10, and I was like, that one has drums. That one has a microphone. I want that one now.
Okay, yeah.
Got it. And I was better at the drum part than I was at the guitar part.
Yeah.
Like, I had never done anything musically at all.
Okay.
Ever. Got that. Was oddly good at it. And a guy that my dad worked with played drums for real.
Yeah.
He lived like 2 hours away.
Okay.
Or at 10 years old, you perceive it as 2 hours away. Because it
He
seemed
lives an
far.
eternity away from
And it
our
took us
home.
forever to go there because even my dad was like, it's far. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to see if you can actually do this. So one weekend he took me over there, and I was a shy kid. Like, I didn't like talking or interacting with people I didn't know. I don't know, I was just really shy. So we get there, and I see this drum set, and I'm like, I want to play it, but I don't think I can play it in front of you guys. And I don't know how loud they are. I thought if they went outside the garage, they wouldn't be able to hear what I was doing. I was in my own little world. I could just play, right? So I made them go outside. And then I just tried to replicate what I did in the game on real drums. According to his friend, who's done it his whole life, I should not have been able to do what I guess I did. And he was like, you're leaving with these. My grandparents had started me this like savings account.
Oh, man.
I took every penny out of it, which wasn't a lot. It was like tooth fairy money, stuff like that. And I gave him every penny I had in that account, went home with him, went to Guitar Center, got cymbals, and then I would sit in my garage for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 hours a day until my mom or dad would like flash the garage light to tell me it's time for dinner.
Okay.
Like, shut up.
Yeah.
You're done for the day. I did that every single day from 10 until, I mean, I still kind of do that.
Yeah. Your videos kind of tell me that you still kept up that trend.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So what was the, do you remember the make and model of that kit that you got?
It was a purple to white fade finish Mapex Pro M.
Okay.
I don't even think they make those anymore.
And what is your current, I know you probably have more.
Now,
What's your like favorite drum set to play?
Tama for sure.
Okay. Yeah, in Alpine, we got drums too, and it was off the Musician's Friend magazine. And Tama, I think it was a Tama Superstar or Rockstar, just the bass kit. And I played that for like 4 years, and then I moved to college, and I'm like, I can't play these anymore. Everyone's getting so mad now. So
They're loud.
they are very
They're
loud.
loud.
So were you homeschooled? Did you go to?
Went to normal school. I did do, I don't know if they have it here. There was like this running start program.
Okay.
So my last 2 years of high school, instead of going to the high school, I took classes at the community college, and I got credit for high school and credit towards my associate's degree.
Oh.
So I graduated with an associate's degree.
All right.
And then didn't want to do school anymore. Got a job.
Why?
I just never liked it. I don't know. I was good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those kids that I didn't really have to study.
D for diploma.
I got mostly A's and B's. There were a couple C's here and there, but not very many. I had a pretty good GPA. I didn't really have to study though. Okay. I would, glance over everything before a quiz or a test and just go do it. And it was like, okay, I was just bored. I didn't really enjoy it.
Got it.
So I got a job, and it was in like this industrial tent factory. So like those giant tents that people get like married under, or there's an event in Austin.
Yeah, okay.
We would make those. So I stood at a machine every single day for 12 to 14 hours, pulling the material into the machine, pressing the button with some other dude, and it would drop down, like weld, like it would melt it together, and you would just keep pulling it all day. Same thing.
Did you like that job?
No, it was the worst time of my life. I had to be there at 4:00 in the morning, and you were working bare minimum 12 hours. A lot of times it was overtime because it was just busy.
Yeah.
And then you were right back there at 4:00 in the morning.
Were you allowed to listen to headphones or like?
They didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's such a boring
my
job.
boss at the time there, was kind of an asshole. Like a lot of what you did after that was you're cutting and you're putting the grommets and all that stuff in. You're on a concrete floor. The dude refused to let you sit any other way but on your hands and knees. It was miserable.
Did they provide like some sort of padding, or did you have to provide?
Yeah, but they're 30 years old. There's nothing left. Okay. It was terrible.
Wow. All right, so that job sucked.
Terrible.
Going back to the school, were you involved in like marching band or?
I did drumline a little.
Okay.
And I took, I guess it was like concert band, but I couldn't read music, so I would just listen to everybody else play it a couple times and memorize what I had to do.
Yeah.
And then would go. But I didn't like concert band, but it gave me an excuse to play drums at school.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Okay.
And then drumline was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Still couldn't read music, so I just memorized it and would go play it. But then after, I don't know, I was probably at that job 6 months.
Oh,
and I was like, I think I would rather go to school.
Right. Yeah. Your
than
life's more
do that
important
job.
than doing that job.
So,
do you know how much they were, or do you remember how much they were paying you?
Like $13 an hour.
Oh my God.
It was terrible.
Yeah, that sounds
not worth it.
I think those jobs kind of craft your mind and like, okay, this is what it's like to be at a miserable job. Let's never do this.
Bottom of the totem pole. Bottom of the totem pole.
So when did the idea of, I guess, what was the first band you played in?
I played I was probably in high school maybe, and it was like just 4 other dudes playing in the garage. It was like just for fun.
Yeah.
Never really. Oh, no, I take that back. I think the first time I played in a venue, I was like 12 or 13, but I was playing with people that were in high school. But it was like, the local show on a Tuesday, and you're playing to like the other band's mom and dad and the one person that was like, you know what, I'm going to go to this local show and check. So you're playing to like 6 people.
Yeah.
But that's all it ever was from the time I was like a kid, 12 or 13, and my parents would have to like rent a U-Haul, take my shit apart for me.
Oh, you had roadies.
I didn't know what I was doing. I was a kid. I barely knew how to play the drums. They would rent the U-Haul, take it apart, set it up for me, wait until we were done.
Talk about like the best type of support for a kid who's trying to play drums. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was. I probably wouldn't still do it if they didn't support. Like, it was hard.
Yeah,
it was hard because
being a musician.
I was like heavily invested in the soccer thing. I played at a pretty high level. We traveled for that.
They say don't judge a book by its cover, but man,
I did a lot of things. Okay. So that was like, other than school, the first priority. Yeah. And the longer I played drums, the more I wanted to make that more of a priority. I didn't care so much about the soccer thing. I have one of those like heavily obsessive personalities where if I'm going to do anything, I have to be the best of all time at that one thing.
Okay.
And for a while, it was soccer. And then the drums came in, and I was pretty good at it for never doing it before. I'm like, now this is what I want to do.
Got it.
And it was hard for me to balance trying to do both of those things at a high level.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I was probably 18, and I was finally like, okay, I'm done playing soccer. I'm done doing that. It was hard for the parents to accept that, because at that point, I still wasn't doing anything like worthwhile with music.
Okay.
It was still playing to 6 people, maybe a couple times a month. So it was hard for them to grasp, like, how are you going to give up this when you could go to a 4-year college on even a tiny, I don't even know what they call it anymore. What's the word I'm looking for?
Scholarship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even a tiny scholarship. And you could do that for 4 years, get some money off school, do something. Why would you quit doing that?
Yeah.
To
that's a
play
tough,
for 6 people.
That's a tough sell to parents.
Yeah.
But I think they saw the passion that you had for soccer and the passion that you had for drumming. I think that's a easy observation to make.
Yeah, but parents have been around longer. They know
they
what
want
the
best
more
for you.
realistic choice is.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, they got over it, but it was hard for them, for sure.
When was the first idea that you could make money playing drums? When did that happen? Do you remember that particular moment?
I mean, every kid has this dream of like, I'm going to make
Sure.
a bunch of money doing this one thing that I like to do. And unfortunately, the harsh reality of you have to be in a band that is massive to really make that kind of money. So it hit me pretty quick that like that probably won't ever happen. I try
Right.
to be realistic with it
I think that's
and be like, hey,
yeah.
if I can at least pay some of my bills, I'm willing to do that and do something else while I'm at home just to keep feeding the dream a little bit. But music's hard. Like it's very competitive. Everybody knows where the money is, and they all flock to try and do that same thing.
Where is the money?
Currently country.
Okay.
Like there's who knows how many musicians that have gone from like the realm of music.
Post Malone, Beyonce,
like,
all the major.
There was this band, Siler. Drummer was Cody Ash. He now plays for Jelly Roll. The guitar player of Sleeping with Sirens left that and now also plays for Jelly Roll. The drummer from Fit for a King plays for Co Wetzel. Like there's this mass migration of musicians from this realm of music going to country because the money's
good,
vastly different,
and I don't blame them. It's like you said, it's really tough to make $1 doing the music thing, and if there is opportunity for you to make a substantial amount of money, fill the bank account, fill the retirement funds, and yeah, go do that.
I didn't even make my first dollar playing music until I was probably 25.
No, and how much was it? $10?
I think it was $500.
Oh hell yeah!
For a whole tour though.
That's
a whole tour. A tour's at least a month long.
Tours I've heard lose money, and it's about losing the least amount of money.
If you come back even, that's a win.
So I was going to touch on these talking points later, but what's the allure of touring? Meeting new people, networking, all that stuff?
I mean, the adrenaline rush you get when you walk out there is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've done a lot of different things, had a lot of different hobbies.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest adrenaline dump I've ever had. And you get to have that every single day.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
It seems like it turned into like kind of an addiction.
It is.
And it's dependent upon whether that's good
like,
or bad.
I still, before we go out there, I am an anxious mess. And I'm playing things I've played 1,000 times. But I still get anxious. And then 10 seconds into the first song, when you finally get that adrenaline dump, you're like, this is why I do this.
Okay, this is home now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That part's cool. Like, we have one song, it's called Adrenaline, that did really well.
Is this for 0936?
Yes.
How do you pronounce that?
0936.
Okay, all right.
That song touched a lot of different people. So when we play that, people are doing, the whole lighter thing. People are crying. Like, it's cool to see that many different people that one song has affected. Like, it's affected their lives in a positive way. A lot of people show up to see that one song, and that one song, that's the only song they know. So that part's cool. Meeting the people is cool because they all have different stories of like how whatever song it was got them through whatever experience they were having in their lives. I wouldn't be married to Jamie over here if I didn't do it. And there's a lot of different things that I really enjoy about it.
Okay. Kind of going back to when you first started, what was going back to the moment that you realized you could do music, being a drummer full time? When did that happen? What year, ballpark?
I did my first tour in like 2019.
Okay.
And it was small. It was only like 2.5, 3 weeks long. We played to 10 people every night. So that was the first taste of it I got, and I'm like, damn, this kind of sucks. This is brutal. I lost money. The shows weren't sick.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was something in me that was like, you keep doing it.
Yeah. Did you realize that, hey, this is our first go at it.
But then, I don't know, maybe a week after that tour, we got an offer to be the only other band, so direct support to the Used.
Right. Okay.
And that was a
big deal.
I grew up on that band.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at this time, I was going to college for air traffic control.
Ooh,
and I had one class
brother,
left.
we need you back.
There's
a shortage.
It's too late for that now.
Wait, is there not to derail it, but there's an age limit to being air traffic control?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But is it an age limit or is it a time rate of like actual time spent in the field?
That I know. I know. After you get to a certain age, they're like, nah, your cognitive skills probably aren't good enough for this anymore.
Okay.
But anyways, I had one class left.
Oh.
And you don't have to go.
Yeah.
Do this schooling to be an air traffic controller. You can skip that part and go straight to the FAA Academy, but it has like a 90% washout rate.
All right.
So doing
that makes me feel better.
doing this schooling ahead of time is a good idea because you're doing full simulations and they treat you as if you are at the academy. You mess up one thing and you fail the class. Credits are only good for a year or two, and you have to redo everything. So you have one shot to get through the school.
Okay.
Before you then go to the other school where you have one shot to get through it. So I had one class left, and that class started like a day or two after this tour was supposed to start.
Okay.
It was a 10-credit class. We had labs every other day. It was like every other day you were in this class for like 3 hours. So it wasn't something that like I could do online, or it was I do this class, try and do this air traffic thing, or go do this tour. Yeah. And I didn't really have to think about it that long. I was like, I'm done with this school thing. Let's see what this does. That tour was vastly different than the first one. Nobody knew who we were at all. But I was at least playing.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. Like,
there's no expectations from the concert goers. They're like, oh, man.
If you're playing to a room of 3,000 or 4,000 people and nobody knows who you are, that's 3,000 or 4,000 more people that now have heard you. So I don't look at nobody knowing who we are as a bad thing, because now you're introducing that many more people to you. So like when we do supporting tours and nobody, like you read the comments when it gets posted, and like, who is this? I'm like, this is going to be a good tour. We're going to introduce a lot of new people to this, and hopefully we can convert even 3% of them. Yeah. But yeah, so I did the tour. It was vastly different. We played to between 1,000 and 3,000 people a night. Did pretty good in merch, and that was like my first real taste of it.
Yeah.
And from about day 2 or 3 of that on, I was like, I have to do this forever. I have to.
You got hooked.
Yeah.
Going off your first tour, who was doing the logistics of things, like planning out?
Not me.
Because that is a thing. You have to figure out like gas mileage. You have to figure out how much you're spending on, hotels.
When you're doing a DIY tour, you just know you're going to lose money.
Yeah,
you're getting paid $50 to show up, maybe. You're going to take a hit.
Yeah. And then going on the second tour with the Used, who was managing the logistics of that? Did you have a manager at that time?
We had a manager at that time. That was really the only person we had that did anything.
Yeah.
He actually plays in the Used. His name's Joey.
Okay.
So he plays guitar in the Used, and he took us under his wing. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what he did.
That's fine.
I'm sure he probably helped negotiate like us even being on the tour.
Yeah. And
I know the guarantee for showing up was it wasn't a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he probably helped make that more than the initial conversation was. But I mean, he definitely guided us through it, because I know the guys that I played with, they had done some touring, but it definitely wasn't that level of touring, and the expectations are vastly different.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to show up, this being your first tour, and everybody else on the tour knows this is your first tour, because you have no idea what's going on. So he did a lot in that regard to prepare us for like what to expect on a day-to-day basis, what definitely not to do. You did do that. You did a lot of that.
So there's a certain etiquette that needs to be.
Yes.
Okay.
If the headlining band is doing their VIP meet and greet, probably not a good time to start sound checking.
Oh.
Because a lot of times it's in the same room that you're in.
But that's not all. You guys have to sound check, so there's got to be some.
Whatever time is left.
Okay, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opening, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, really, unless you're headlining direct support. You kind of just expect you may not get what you feel is a fair amount of time to do anything. We've been lucky. We've always been given at least 20, 30 minutes to get our stuff up there, make sure it works, at least do a line check, even if it's not like a full run through a song or two sound check. But yeah, the lower you are on the bill, the less of a priority you are. So if you're opening, don't expect to get your full writer every single day, because it's probably not going to happen. Don't expect to get a full hour and a half to dial everything in, because it's definitely not going to happen.
That's weird to me, because you would think for the overall success of a show, for everybody involved, you would want to give the best chance of a good show, and sound checking would be prioritized on that list.
Depending on the tour managers that are on the tour for, let's say, the headlining band, there's a lot of them that are very considerate, and they will do anything in their power to make your day easier and make sure you're taken care of. But there are a lot of them out there that are assholes. They do not care. Their band is their only priority, and as long as their show is flawless, they don't care what yours is.
Yeah, that's weird. I would think, what's the rising tide raises all boats, raising tide, whatever. Anyways.
I don't think that exists there.
So during this time, you are having to manage your own personal budget, right? So you have bills to pay, and I'm sure there's like luxuries. You can't really go out and eat. What are you sacrificing during this time in pursuit of the dream?
At that time, I was also working a construction job. So I was doing 40, 50 hours a week. So I still lived at home.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any bills. Mm-hmm. So I was able to save a lot of it.
Good.
We didn't really splurge on anything. My first tour ever, I ate Burger King 37 days in a row.
It's not a bad thing. I like Burger King.
Yeah, but you get sick of it after about 3.
Okay.
We the main thing that we would, because we were in a van, we would get a singular hotel room out of the band budget, like the band bank account, every night to sleep in. And you had 2 people on the bed. I was on like the couch cushions on the floor in the corner, somebody on the pull-out couch bed that's not a bed. That was like our only real expense besides gas.
Yeah.
And that took, all of the money. Right. I know people were pulling money out of their own bank accounts to fund some level of comfort. But I don't know. I didn't really... I was just happy to be there. I didn't need to go spend a bunch of money and buy things or anything like that.
It seems that you're kind of just building your exposure.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to at least experience what it was like to tour.
Yeah.
You find out real quick if it's something that's for you or not for you.
Right.
I just wanted to do it.
Okay. Now, when did you start creating, or I guess, creating your Instagram account with the videos that you have now? How long ago was that?
I was probably in high school.
Oh, okay. So it started that long ago.
It might have even started before then. I might have been in junior high, and I would just put up whatever camera I had and film through something and figure out how to get the song that I was playing to also in. It was horrible for a long, long time. And the Instagram thing never really did anything. Mm-hmm. I would be stoked if there was 100 people that saw it for probably 10 or 11 years.
And what I tell people now, or what I even consider, is like, hey, 30 people watch that video. Put 30 people in a room. Like, that's still a lot of people. So when did you first start to see an uptick in viewership and to where it is now, I guess?
Jamie and I did
that one video.
That one video. Prior to that, I maybe had like 2,000 people that followed.
Yeah.
I was stoked if I got 100 views. I mean, I still don't really know how the whole Instagram thing works.
Right.
But we did this video where, and yes, it was staged for anybody that's seen this video. She pretended to be asleep, and I set up drums in our bedroom, and I started playing one of our favorite songs by Kubla Khan and woke her up by playing drums. Most people are going to know this is staged, whatever. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
I didn't know it was staged. No, I'm kidding. I knew it was staged.
But I thought it was hilarious. As dumb as it was, I thought it was hilarious. And I posted it once, but it was like the horizontal format. It didn't really do anything.
Right.
Whatever. So I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work either. Maybe a month or two later, and I filmed this on a shitty camera. It looked terrible. I put the video back in whatever software I was using, and I stretched the video to make it now the new vertical format. It looks like I filmed it on like whatever phone we had before an iPhone 1. It looks terrible. And I posted it again. And it did like 6 million views in a week, and I gained like 70,000 followers in a week, and I'm like, what is going on? I just reposted the same video. It's the worst looking video of all time. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
But it hit the algorithm just right. And since then, it's been mainly up.
Right.
I think there's been 2 or 3 times where I've been like on tour or something and not consistent with it, where it's dipped a little bit, but that's what did it.
Was there a pressure to constantly pump out more content like that?
It consumed me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask the wife.
I was kidding.
It consumed me.
Was it why? Why did it consume you? Was it addicting because you got the viewership? Was it because there's possibly maybe more opportunities that could come through this? What do you think it was?
I don't know. It was just crazy to see that many interactions with something.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in today's modern world, having some sort of following, why, I don't know, but it puts some sort of value next to whatever your name is on there.
Right.
And I thought, if I can keep getting this to grow, maybe I can do something bigger and better.
Right.
So I don't know, it consumed everything. That's the only, every single day I sat out there and just filmed video after video after video after video, replied to comment after comment after comment. It's like I was just glued to it.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because it's cheap, it's effective, obviously, and it got the ROI because you put in all that time for you. When did any sponsorships come of it, or I guess what was the financial aspect of things that came out of it?
I still don't know how to monetize it.
That's fine.
I have no idea. Like I did one video for Drum Forge. They make like drum samples and whatnot.
Yeah.
And got paid like, I don't know, like $250. That's $250 more than I had.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I didn't have to do anything different than I was already doing. So like that was cool. I still don't know how to like build on that, because it would be like I still have a normal job that I do when I'm at home.
Okay.
It would be great if I could quit that and just do the Instagram thing.
Right.
But I just don't know. Like I've turned on the like ads on Reels thing, where they put ads on your Reels, and apparently you get paid per however many views you get. That's a certain dollar amount, whatever. Yeah. I tried that and everything tanked. Like I think at that time I was doing 2-3 million views a week, and then it was the moment I turned it on, it was like, how about 5,000 now? So I turned it off. It went back to normal. But I don't know. it's a weird game to play.
It is, but I think it is a necessary tool for musicians now. What do you think?
I definitely think it helps.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have I don't think I would have done any of the things that I've done with music had it not been for Instagram. Like the last band I was with, a friend of mine was trying out for, and they recommended me, and the first thing they asked was, send me his Instagram. I want to see him play. If they had not seen that, they probably wouldn't have given me a call and been like, hey, do you want to try out for this? I think it's helpful, but I don't know. It's good and bad.
Yeah, like I said, it's a tool, and with any tool, you have to be mindful and be respectful of it. But if you've accumulated a fan base, accumulated an audience, that's all we want to see you do is play the drums. And the way you've created these unique little, I don't know, socially digestible videos of Kevin McAllister talking to Catherine O'Hare, R.I.P., and then turning it into like an emo song, slipping some music under it. I think that's fucking creative, and it's fun to watch.
That I think is the hardest part.
And that's why that's the next thing I'm going to ask you.
And there's plenty of drum accounts that just do covers. And their accounts some of them are bigger than mine. Yeah. If I do anything where it's just like a cover, 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't get even a quarter of the amount of traction that if I did, I don't know, turning Home Alone into an emo song. I don't know why. I don't know why different accounts' algorithms are the way that they are, but I have found that if you can make somebody laugh or cry or do something that's nostalgic in the first 2 seconds, it will probably work.
You've created a hook, and you got them. Yeah.
There's only so many movies, though. I think I've probably used every single scene from the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings. There's nothing left for me to use.
Maybe you need to go in a different genre of like movies, maybe like The Godfather.
I think I did 1 or 2 videos with The Godfather, and I don't know if my audience is old enough to even know what that is.
Maybe you need to go to like I don't know, Three Stooges or the Marx Brothers, or even go older than that.
Land Before Time did really well. Okay. I was surprised. Lord of the Rings, though, by far number 1 across the board.
Talk to me about your setup. You have a camera overhead, and then you have another one facing you.
That's all one camera.
That's all one camera?
I have this really long retractable arm mounted on the wall, and it'll move up and down and whatever. So
essentially you're doing more than one take.
Sometimes I'll set up a second camera and do it all in one.
Okay.
But if I did like a heavily edited like playthrough, you want it to be as visually appealing as possible. Yeah, sometimes I will go through the same thing 15 times to get however many different angles I need, because those cameras are expensive.
Tell me about it, brother.
I know, you know. I can't go buy 4 of those.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could, and it could help out your workflow and editing process. But what camera are you using?
The FX30.
Okay. Oh, dude, awesome. And so you're just taking that camera and you're kind of just placing it however you see fit. Okay. That's
another thing that gets tricky on Instagram. There is a whole community of drummers. That's how they do it. They'll film through things a million different times. They just want it to be entertaining for the viewer to watch. There's a lot of editing that goes into that. There's also the other side of that where you have, I'm just going to call it drum elitists, where you have one camera angle, you edit nothing. Whatever you film and record, that is what's getting posted, mistakes and all.
I'm down with that.
Which I respect.
Yeah, same.
But I see a lot of people from both sides of it just hating on the other side of it. Like, you are not that good at drums because you had one mistake in it, or you can't play drums because you had to edit this mistake out. If you're putting it on the internet, I think it's for entertainment. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I want to be entertained. I want it to look good. I want it to sound good if I'm going to sit there and watch the whole thing.
It's a real gladiator moment for you. Are
But
you not entertained?
exactly. But I also like the other side of it, where like you really see how good somebody is when they're not fixing every little thing. So I don't know. That's where it gets tough, because sometimes I won't edit anything, and that one little mistake will drive me nuts because I'm a perfectionist. But then there are other times where I'm trying to make a movie. I want it to look like this was professionally filmed by whoever filmed, the most successful movie of all time.
Yeah, you want a Roger Deakins
Exactly.
as your creative director. Or
so that's where it gets tough.
Yeah.
You just have to roll with whatever negativity you're gonna get.
Who were some of the drummers that you grew up listening to early on?
I was
Name
introduced
top
to Neil
five.
Peart
Okay.
pretty early, Buddy Rich pretty early, Aaron Spears. I saw Luke Holland when he was just playing on YouTube when I was in probably junior high. More recently, like Jake from Gideon, he's incredible.
Okay.
Those are probably the big ones.
How did you get into the genre of metal?
It's what my parents listened
Oh,
to.
really? That's awesome. Okay.
They both have pretty colorful music vocabularies. They'll listen to anything from the Backstreet Boys to early like Atreyu and Killswitch Engage. So I was introduced to it pretty early. All of it. I like most genres of music. I can appreciate even the ones that I don't like because I was forced to listen to them as a kid. But as a kid, like I learned to count to 3 listening to Bodies by Drowning Pool. I couldn't talk, but I knew that.
I think the more and more I talk to musicians and the more I go to shows, I just have a general appreciation of the work and absolute like confidence it takes to go on stage and present and be vulnerable and to create the piece of art to give to the world, and people are going to shit on it or they're going to like it, and that's very
You gotta be
respectable.
prepared for both.
So how are you pulling like from a actual standpoint, how are you getting the videos off the internet and then putting them onto your phone or editing software? Is there
I can't
a special
imagine
website?
it's legal.
Well, in theory, not saying that you're doing it. Is there a specific app or website that you do? Because websites that I use have like shut down now, and I can't do it
There's still
anymore.
a couple out
There's
there.
still okay. We'll talk after. Okay.
There's still a couple
All
out
right.
there. You're gonna get like ad pop-ups for the rest of the time you have your computer for.
Yeah.
But
That used to be an issue, and then Texas banned the porn site, so I'm like, I don't have to deal with that anymore.
I don't know
it's
anything
nice,
about
right?
that.
So how long would it take for you to kind of like just do, or first, where are you getting these ideas from? Like the Home Alone video and then mashing it with a emo song. Like, where is this coming from?
One of the first videos I did that did okay before, I think this was before we posted the one that did really well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I saw this clip of Kevin James, and he was doing the whole start your engines thing at the Daytona 500.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what if I put people yelling over metal music? I don't think I've seen that before.
Okay.
I'm sure
All right.
somebody's done it prior. I had never seen it. So I did it, and it did pretty well. And I'm like, okay, let's keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, I went through every single thing I could possibly think of and was like, I need something else now. Because now I've plateaued. I'm out of ideas. And then what did I watch? I don't remember. I watched some early 2000s comedy movie. I don't remember what it was. And there was this, pulling the heartstrings sad scene. And I'm like, what if I made this into an emo song? And I did. And those did significantly better than turning it into a metal song. So then I just went down that rabbit hole for the last, probably 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gone through every single sad scene that you could possibly imagine.
You done The Notebook?
I don't think I've ever even seen that movie.
My wife really likes it, or she likes it but won't rewatch it because of how sad it is. I'm like,
so I might need to do that.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, but it's still a good movie. I know it's going to make you sad, but I would like to watch it with you because last time I watched it, like, I was in high school with my girlfriend at that time. So I thought it would be a good moment. She's like, no, I just can't watch it. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Fair enough.
So I noticed you have some brand names on your Instagram account, Big Firth and Zildjian. Mm-hmm. Why?
I am an artist for both of those companies.
Okay. What does that entail?
You sign a contract, and those are the symbols that you use.
Okay.
Those are the sticks that you use. Don't use anything else.
Got it. Okay. How did you get to that point?
17 years of playing nothing but that.
Okay. But what sparked the conversation, or like how did that interaction go?
On that tour with the Used, I think we were at the Troubadour, I believe.
In L.A., right?
Uh-huh. I think.
Okay.
Sounds right. And there was a Vic Firth rep there. Zildjian and Vic Firth are like sister companies.
Oh.
It's like the same thing.
Are they owned by the same?
That I don't know.
Okay.
There was a rep there. And usually the process is you'll go onto the website, you'll fill out an application, they'll review it. They want to see like records you've played on, your touring history, what tours you have coming up, your social numbers, your Spotify. Like they want everything. So 99% of the time you're going to fill these out, submit them, and you're not even going to get a response.
Yeah.
I've done it a million times, never got a response. So there was a rep there, and he was like, hey, I really liked what I saw. Fill this out. It should get sent directly to me, and I'm going to fast track it through, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So I was like, great. This is the farthest along I've ever gotten with this.
Are you excited about this? Because
I'm on the verge of tears. I've played the same cymbals and the same sticks since day one. I fill this whole thing out in the van with shoddy internet, whatever. I submit it.
Are your bandmates, what are they like? They're like, oh, man, that's so cool. Or are they
It's-
like, man,
yeah, 'cause
I wanted a sponsorship too.
I haven't really dealt with anything like that.
Okay,
Most
good.
of them
All
are
right.
like, this is awesome because it only helps.
Good for you.
Everybody.
Okay, good. I would hope that would be the
Yeah.
sentiment from the bandmates.
So I fill this thing out. Normally, you can expect to wait anywhere between, at the least, maybe a week.
Oh my
and
God,
that probably will never happen, to up to 4 to 6 weeks to even hear anything, if you're going to hear anything.
Talk about pain and suffering.
It's horrible.
Did you have like the instinct to reach out to the guy and be like, hey, man, like where we're at with this?
I didn't even know his name.
Oh,
Didn't even know his name.
all right.
He just gave me like one of the standard issue Vic Firth emails
Yeah.
and was like, send it straight here.
Okay.
So I did. And I was expecting to not hear anything for a while. The next day, I got the, nope, not going to work for us, buddy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
You were the one that told me to do this. Yeah. I'm so confused. So I was not thrilled.
Rightfully so.
Probably a month later, Joey, the guy that was managing us at the time, he was like, we're going to try this again, but this time I'm going to fill it out on your behalf. So it would be like his management company's name doing it for me. So he filled it out, and a couple weeks later, we got a response, and they were like, we're interested in starting to build some sort of relationship together. It's not going to be like an instant, here you go, here's the contract type of thing. But that was a start. So they, every now and then, would help me out. Like if I broke a cymbal, they would help me out with that. I still paid for things. I paid for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And that went on for like 2 or 3 years, where it was like, we kind of have this like business working relationship, but it's by no means like an official business relationship. So
it's like a situationship. And
you
a
have
relationship.
no priority on our list of people at all, like whatsoever. And I knew at this point, I knew one of the reps pretty well. So I would poke him and be like, hey, we're playing this city. I know you're going to be there. I got a pen in my back pocket if you want to hand over those contracts yet. 2 or 3 years of this.
Oh my God.
And then, this would be 2 years ago now? 3 years ago now? Something like that. It was the day after New Year's, and I got an email from him. And all the, title of it said was, "It's time." I'm like, what is this? It was both of the contracts in the same email, and he was like, "Hey, we're ready for this. If this is still something you want to do, read through these, sign your name on the dotted line, and then I'll put you in contact with the other person that'll put your information on the websites, all that kind of stuff." And I've been there since.
All right, awesome. How long has this relationship been?
Total, probably 6 years almost.
Okay.
Officially,
officially
2.5, 3-ish.
Okay.
2.5.
And it's been good so far?
They're great.
Okay, awesome.
You couldn't get me to leave.
They couldn't make a bad symbol.
They don't. They're the best. I'm
in
not
the
paid
world.
to say that.
Not at all. What does that mean for you as an artist? Does that mean, hey, I'm spending less money on, stuff that I beat the shit out of? And
the symbols, so I paid for all of those up front.
Right, yeah. Over the course of 15 years throughout your playing career,
the current setup I have, I bought all at one time.
Yeah.
With the artist discount. And since then, it's like a 1-for-1 swap thing.
Okay.
So I break something.
Yeah.
I let them know. They send another one. I put the broken one back in the box. Send it back. I pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Or they had this new, revised line of symbols come out. They discontinued them however many years ago, and they sent me those, demo.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Okay.
But I like the ones that I've used for so long, so I haven't really explored what's the process look like if now I want to completely change it. I've just used the same ones forever. When they break, I just exchange them.
Right.
And then sticks, those aren't free. I think you go to Guitar Center, the ones I use are $20 a pair. I pay whatever amount that's discounted for those, and then once you're an artist, you have the option to put your signature and your band logo on them. You can't do that unless you are contractually obligated to them. But that is slightly more, but
it's a bragging point. That's pretty
it's
cool.
It's not a bad deal at all.
How many sticks are you going through in a tour?
At least a brick, and that's 12-ish. Oh, I think it's 12.
How long is a typical tour?
A month.
Okay. Now, are you throwing them out in the crowd? Because I'm holy shit, that's money out of his pocket now.
I will throw... Okay, I'm weird about this. I set a brand new pair of sticks on my snare at the start of every single show. Depending on how long our set is, if we're playing a half an hour, I can probably get through the whole set on that one single pair of sticks, unless I drop something or you have,
sure, yeah,
the one-off stick that'll just break. You hit it just right.
Yeah.
If we're playing an hour, if I haven't broken anything by halfway through it, I'll set the used ones to the side and grab another brand new pair. Finish the show with those. I hate you're every time you break a stick, you're gonna break it in the worst possible place in the song to break it. It's my biggest nightmare. So I prevent that at all costs.
Yeah.
After I've used a pair of sticks, even for a half an hour set, I will not use them during a show ever again.
Okay.
So if there's people that come to the merch table and ask, I'll just give them one. Or if there's returning fans that I know have been to 17 different shows and I know they don't have one, but I see them, I'll give them one.
That's pretty
I'm
cool.
not throwing out brand new ones.
Right.
Anything used,
Not yet. Maybe at some point during your career, they can, you'll get that.
If I have 10 bricks of them on hand, sure. I never bring that many. But, yeah. If I've used them, I probably won't use them again.
Do you factor that into your budget when you go on tour? Cost of sticks?
It's a scary number. I try not to think about it too much.
Well, that's what I'm learning of as I go, grow in my own business. I'm actually looking at what it costs for me to go out film things. Hard drives cost money, online storage costs money, so I'm factoring into all of this, and I realize I'm fucking hemorrhaging money. So, you make the small adjustments to just cover your costs, and then all of a sudden business becomes a little easier to do, but in that's why I'm trying to understand the concept of what it actually means to be a musician. So even the smallest things of a pair of drumsticks.
So when you get them printed with your name
mm-hmm.
and band logo on them, it takes more time. You
sure,
have you have a lead time of 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And the minimum order, I believe, is 2 bricks. I don't remember what that comes down to in terms of cost.
Yeah.
But before every tour, I know I'm going to have that cost. So I prepare for it.
Good. Now another thing, your drum heads. Is there a particular brand that you favorite?
Remo.
Okay.
That's all I've played.
Have you reached out to them for sponsorship? Trying to get a motherfucking sponsorship?
It's tough. Usually,
I'm sure it is.
Usually, I see cymbals and sticks last.
Okay.
Because you're consuming the most of those, and they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I did it in reverse order, where I got those first,
mm-hmm.
and now the battle I'm fighting is for everything else.
Right.
I don't know what exactly it is that they're looking for when they decide this is the guy. I've submitted, I don't know, a handful of times.
Sure.
I have, I talk to some of them on a pretty regular basis. They're aware of what I do. I think it'll happen with time.
Yeah.
I don't know what their budgets look like, how full their roster is, anything like that. I could be on their list of people for all I know, but they're just waiting for whatever opening to pop. Who knows?
Yeah.
Somebody to decide they want to leave and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So you just don't know. But that's all I've known.
Okay.
That's all I've ever played.
How many drum heads are you going through during a tour?
I don't change them nearly as much as I should.
Okay.
A lot of these bigger bands with techs and whatnot, they're having their techs change them every 3 shows.
There's a popular guy on YouTube. I forget his name, but
Is it Tank the Tech?
I don't know what his name is, but I mean you follow his perspective of what he does during a tour, and he's changing the drum set. The most fascinating thing is the catering line. That's what I'm always interested in. What are they serving at these venues or
we
these shows?
Usually opt for buyout instead of catering.
Got it. Save some money there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these bigger bands, they're changing them
every show almost.
Some of them, yeah. I see a lot, a pretty common number, 3 shows.
Why is that? I know it's wear and tear, but
they just don't sound as good.
Do you think the audience is going to be able to tell a difference?
How good is your front of house?
Valid point.
Valid point. I know our front of house, Phil, is he has one of the best live mixes. I've kind of heard it from out front because
mm-hmm.
before I played for Zero,
mm-hmm.
the band Gideon was his touring band. They weren't busy. They were doing whatever. So he hired them to play for him instead.
Yeah.
So I had seen them play.
Okay.
Phenomenal mix. I don't change drum heads nearly as much as I should. And I still have not mastered the art of tuning a drum. It's a lot harder than you might think. And I don't know what these people are hearing. So I haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
It's hard. And there's a lot of times where I know these sound like shit. But then we listen back to the videos or the board audio, and I'm like, these are the best sounding drums I've ever heard in my life.
That bad. Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm starting to realize is if I'm trying to save something on costs and not have my client pay for it, well then do they really see the difference between 1080 and 4K? Because when I pixel peep and I zoom in all the way into the video, yeah, I can tell the difference. But from when I zoom out, I'm like, honestly, it kind of looks the same. And if it's going to save me that much in storage, then I'll apply that to my, to the product that I'm delivering. But in your instance, if the audience really can't tell the difference that your tom sounds like shit versus what it should sound like, then I think that you can, in order to keep your costs low, maybe that's something to consider.
I think the newer ones resonate more.
Okay.
They definitely sound better. I hit really hard and use really big sticks, so I do a lot more damage to these things.
You swing a big stick?
2 big sticks. I do a lot more to these drum heads than others do.
Okay.
I worry about them breaking sometimes because I don't change them enough.
Yeah.
Do you have backup?
Do you have a backup snare?
I have a backup snare.
Okay.
That's the main thing that I will break. But I don't know. It definitely makes your front of house's job a lot easier if it's a fresh head. You know it's tuned correctly. Mm-hmm. New heads are easier to tune, for sure. But I don't know. I'll change them a few times a tour, but they're expensive.
Now, this could be a potentially very stupid question, but would it save the bank account on the sticks if you played just a touch softer, so that way you're not...
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I thought it might be a dumb question, but that's... Yeah.
From day one, every drummer that I watched hit really hard. And I thought, that looks cool. That's how I want to play drums.
Okay.
So I play like a caveman. I just hit everything as hard as I possibly can.
You're like Animal from the Muppets.
Yes, exactly. I can play quieter. I mean, I have to in our set for, the dynamics of the song. I have way more fun when I'm hitting it hard, and I know for certain, just watching back videos of us playing. Mm-hmm. In the moment, I'm just playing normally. Mm-hmm. When you go back and look at videos of it, when you're having that giant adrenaline dump, when you think you're hitting it hard, you are hitting it 10 times harder than you thought. I don't know. I definitely hit them way harder live for sure, though.
Okay. Now, let's talk the way of the road. I watched this Anthony Bourdain and Joshua Homme interview. Well, it was basically on No Reservations episode where they were talking about constantly being away, and then you have this longing of always wanting to be home. And then when you're home, you have this longing to want to be on the road.
100%.
So how do you balance that in your professional career as a musician?
Obviously, I like touring a lot. I wouldn't still do it if I didn't like it. It's the most fun you can possibly have. You're playing shows with your friends and making at least some kind of living doing it. But you're away from your friends, you're away from your family, you're away from weddings, hanging out with your pets. So it's tough because you're gone, you're having fun. At the same time, you're thinking about all the different things at home that you're missing. Like, I just want to watch Netflix on my couch with my wife and with my dogs and it be quiet. But I try not to think about all of the negative things or complaints about it, because at the end of the day, this is what you wanted to do. You have the coolest job of all time. It's way better than a 9-to-5.
I would agree, yeah.
So I try not to think about it too much. Obviously, that's easier said than done. I don't know. Jamie comes out to a lot of shows. Friends and family come out to a lot of shows. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm going 2 or 3 months at a time not seeing them.
Yeah.
It gets broken up. Like she'll come to a week of it at a time. So now we're only going a month. We'll see each other for a week, and then it's only another month. That makes it a lot easier, for sure.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still a lot. But then you get home, and you're used to everything being loud and chaotic. The adjustment is a little bit weird.
Yeah. What's the time to decompress? Like a week? A few days?
I say this is my rule, but it's not really a rule. When I get home, I want to just be in my house, and I'm cool talking to Jamie all day. We have a lot to catch up on. I got a million things I got to tell her. She has a million things
Right.
she has to tell me. I don't really want to talk to anybody else. Like, I just want to be in my house. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Except to come do this podcast.
I've been home. How long have I been home? Like a week?
Okay, all right.
But for like 2 days, I just want to sit in my house and do nothing because I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, my social battery is at 0. I haven't had a normal sleeping schedule in however long. Like, just give me 2 days to try and get back some sense of like normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
And then beyond that, you want to drag me to Target? Let's go to Target. You want to go, I don't know, walk in the woods? Let's go walk in the woods. We'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I just want my 2 days to like collect myself.
Right. Okay. Well, we're almost right at an hour. Time flies by on these things, and thank you so much for coming. A few more questions. What do you like doing more, playing live or being in the studio? Like, you can only pick one thing.
I'm going live every time.
Okay, that makes sense. Why? You already never mind. I already know that answer. You already discussed it. The adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
New fans, all that stuff.
But being in like your little home studio, though, there's no pressure. If you mess up something, you don't have to be like, damn, how many people noticed that?
Yeah.
So like, it's a lot more relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can experiment with new ideas and not worry about if it's going to sound good or not. So like, that aspect of it is cool, but it's way more fulfilling doing it with other people that have had some sort of connection to it. I like both. I'm picking live every time.
Yeah. The genre of music that you're in, classified heavy metal? Or how would you classify
like
it?
The new metal.
Okay.
Like the Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park type thing.
All right. There seems to be a lot of aggressiveness, but explain to me why most of the, like, literally all the fans at the shows that I go to, they're some of the nicest individuals, despite, their makeup and how they dress themselves. They're some of the nicest individuals. Like, if you fall down in the pit, they're going to be the first people to help you up. Explain that.
I don't even know. I'd like.
It's probably a bad question.
I don't even know.
That's one of the things that I've noticed. Lauren is really into heavy metal music, and we went to Sick New World.
I've wanted to go to that so bad.
It was a blast. She is a huge fan for System of a Down, and that's one of the reasons why we went. But we got to see Knocked Loose.
They were on the boat with us.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. Were they good dudes?
I don't really know them.
Okay.
I think I've met them maybe one time at whatever we were both at, but I don't really know them.
Okay.
They're great live, though. I do know that.
The theatrics, the musicianship, everything combined. Like, seeing the pit open up for Knocked Loose was very scary, but also, oh my God, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. And
it's
it was
chaos.
just pure chaos. And I'm like, I don't understand any of this, but it's cinematically, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's one of the new things that I'm enjoying. And we're going to Sync New World this year twice.
Twice?
Yes. So we're going to the one in Vegas, and then there's another showing in Dallas.
I didn't even know there was two now.
Yeah, I know. Well, they kind of fucked up last year, and they canceled it. And so that's why we went to New Jersey to go see System of a Down and Korn. And that was a hell of a time. Oh, my God. So, yeah, it's just, I see all these individuals that appear to be aggressive, but actually when you sit down and talk to them, they're some of the nicest people you could meet.
I've noticed the same thing. Why that is, I have no idea.
I think it's just like, hey, we're all here to enjoy this band, and I don't know.
Let's kill each other nicely at the same time.
Let's punch each other. Let's take our aggression out. But then, you know what? At the end of the day, let's go have a beer and, we'll enjoy this music. So that's, it's always fascinating to watch. What are you excited for in 2026?
Going back to Europe again.
Oh, where?
I don't know what's been announced and what's not announced.
Yeah.
I do know.
You're just going to Europe.
I do know Rock for People has been announced. That's like a big festival in the Czech Republic.
Right on.
excited for that. Love the Czech Republic. Prague's the most beautiful city I've ever seen in my life. That's probably the biggest one for sure.
Okay.
And then just more of the same. We leave, I think it's at the end of March.
Okay.
Headlining tour around America. Come back for a little bit, back to Europe, come back, then some festivals around America. Other than that, I don't really know. But Rock for People, definitely. I've never done that festival.
Right.
So I'm excited for that.
What is you're more of like a touring musician, right? It's very rare that you play in Austin.
I've played in Austin, maybe twice?
Okay.
3 times
so
ever?
I think we could not. We don't need to classify you as a local Austin musician. You just live here, correct?
Yes.
What is your perception of Austin as the musical capital of the world? And I take no offense about what you're about to say.
I haven't done much music-related anything in Austin.
Okay.
I hear it's the music capital of the world.
Sure.
All the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see it. The guy I play for lives in Nashville.
Yeah.
I've seen with my own eyes the amount of things that go on in Nashville that are music-related.
Right.
Everybody and their mom that plays music lives in Nashville. I see it a lot more there.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't been in Austin enough, but I don't know. I don't even know that many people here that play music.
There's tons of musicians here. But that's because you're constantly on tour. You're not here.
When I'm home, I'm at home.
Exactly. Yeah. How many months out of the year are you staying here in Austin? If you 2, 3 altogether?
I'm gone probably average 6, 7.
So that doesn't surprise me that you're not.
And then you add in let's go visit family for Christmas.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
whatever else we go do. Yeah, I'm not here. And I'm the majority of the year.
One of the common problems that I'm hearing from local musicians is that people who book shows or the venues are not responding to email inquiries. And they're musicians are constantly bombarding them with emails and they're getting nothing. So what is it like for your band, or what you know of? What is it like to communicate with other music venues around the world?
We have a team of people that kind of just does that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. For me, I will get an email and it'll be like, hey, these are the dates we're looking at. Here's the compensation we're looking at. Here's what day you fly here. Here's when rehearsals are. Here's day 1. Here's a spreadsheet of every single day that you're going to have, how many miles you're driving, what you're doing, how long your set time is, everything. And I just respond with yep, sounds great. See you there. So I don't know.
Okay.
And then even when I did more of the just playing locally in Seattle thing, I was always the youngest person. God bless. I was always the youngest person, so that I didn't do any of it then either. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I don't really know how it works that well, just because I've never really done it.
That doesn't surprise me. I think you've devoted your life and craft to just playing the drums, and everything else will kind of fall into place, and I respect that. But yeah, that's the common problem that I'm hearing throughout.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Why?
Just depending on I guess we could call it the tier system of venues. Mm-hmm. I've played in all of them, from the biggest shithole you've ever seen, where is this place gonna fall down on me while we're playing, to an arena. Mm-hmm. I know, based on some of the interactions that I've had with people that run and operate some of these smaller venues, they don't seem like the most detail-oriented, communicative people. They're just there because it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
I don't know if they care that much. They don't care if your band is playing or not. They don't care about that at all. The nicer the venue is, I've definitely seen a change in how responsive we'll go to whatever venue in whatever city, and there's always somebody right there where you can be like, hey, I'm going to take a shower. Where can I find a towel? And they'll bring you 14 of them. Or, hey, I need whatever from the store. Where's the closest place to get it? And they'll be like, I'll go get it for you. You stay here. Like, I don't know. I would never see that from some of these smaller venues.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. And I think that's just a problem that somehow the music community needs to address, because I think they're just missing out on a lot of good experiences, and they're missing out on money coming into their venue. So you never know what could happen. But okay, last question, and you can choose how to answer this.
Oh boy.
I know. There's a particular big company that kind of controls and owns and operates a lot of the major music venues.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. How do you feel about them? Is that something that you want to talk on, or?
I don't have the most, vast knowledge on it, but I do know ticket prices are crazy. I don't really enjoy that because we've done tours where it's been the 3 most different bands, like musically, that you could possibly put together. And the tickets are like $120. I know for me, if I liked one of those bands on that bill, I'm more than likely not going to pay $120 to go see one band, show up late, see them, leave, whatever it looks like. I'm not going to do that. I don't agree with how crazy the ticket prices are.
And on top of that, they're taking like 30, 40, 50% of the merch. That's what I've heard in some venues.
I know. I don't know if this is in those venues, but I know there are a lot of venues that refuse to let you sell your own merch. Like you have hired somebody to do that.
Right.
And they get a weekly rate, but they're keeping tips. So a lot of times these tips are more than what even the band members are bringing in every week. And that's fine. Everybody knows that.
Sure.
You're aware of that. The merch job is not easy. You're keeping track of your entire stock. You have to be on top of ordering reorders, but not too many, but not too few. You're counting in every day. You're counting out every day. You're dealing with all the money. You're dealing with however many people. Like, it's a lot.
Fucking nightmare, yeah.
When you get to a venue, everybody's just immediately not stoked because now you have somebody there where you're paying them to be there to do that job. They can't do that. And it might sound awful, but I guess it's kind of true. Now you're paying somebody to be there and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're missing out on a substantial amount of money in tips because you're not getting that. And I don't really like the whole, if you're a headlining band, merch cut, I guess whatever. Either way, I'm not going to like it. But if you're a supporting band, especially at the bottom of the bill, I don't think there should be a merch cut at all. And there have been plenty of times we've been the bottom of the bill band in a venue cell, and we already aren't making that much money, and now we're giving this venue 20% of everything. I don't agree with that. But on the other side of it, if we are thinking of the same,
conglomerate,
yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if it's still a thing. There was if you sold out this venue, they would give you more money.
Right.
Or they would give you so much for gas money every time you played one of those venues. I thought that part was cool, but I don't think either way that justifies how expensive tickets are.
True.
Sure, now you're kind of helping the artist, which for some of these opening bands, $250 in gas, that's more money than they're going to see the whole tour.
Yeah.
So that part of it was cool. But yeah, tickets still shouldn't be that expensive. I'm not paying $900 to go see Luke Combs.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I love Luke Combs.
Right.
Not for $900.
Yeah, that seems, it doesn't seem like it's audience friendly to have that type of business model. But the thing that gets me about the merch is like, how is it impeding upon the venue's cost to have that person in the venue or to have that merch table there taking up space? Like the band has their own members taking care of the transactions there. Why do you have to steal a portion of that cut when you're getting money from maybe ticket sales or even alcohol sales?
I'm sure these venues, if it was just based on ticket sales, they're probably profiting from that.
I'm sure, yeah.
Even just that alone.
We could just do a quick chat GPT and probably get some decent ballpark numbers.
When you add in the bar, like, I also don't get it. Like, some of these tours, the bands are bringing in 2,000-3,000 people. Yeah. That's however much the ticket was times 2,000 or 3,000. More times than not, I would say at least 50% of that building is going to the bar at least once. And then you have your other demographic that's going there from the moment they walk in the door till the they're making a lot of money. Yeah. So they are taking a cut because you are selling your merch in their establishment. I've never been a fan of the merch cut.
I agree. Like, I just feel like there's a way to give back to the artist that's not going to impede upon your profitability, and I think the merch table is a great way for bands to generate revenue. But the fact that the venue is going to come in there and take a cut off that, I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Even when it's not a venue sell, they're still coming after us to take a cut of it.
And I don't get it. And I don't like it, and I just don't. To me, in my head, the math just doesn't add up to where they need to take that percentage. But again, I don't know what they know, so who knows? Maybe I could be wrong.
I don't know it either then, because it drives me nuts. Every night, too. Every single night, you're just watching, looking over your shoulder like, hey, are we going to be able to leave? Or are we going to have to show them a spreadsheet today?
Right. Yeah. You want to see my numbers? I'll show you my numbers. You show me yours.
Yeah. More recently, there have been more venues where if we're a supporting band, they've just let it go.
Okay.
I've seen more of that more recently than I remember in the past.
Yeah.
I'm always stoked when that happens. But yeah, it's almost every night. There's somebody trying to come take 20%.
And one argument that they could potentially make is they're like, oh, people just aren't buying alcohol anymore. Well, why is that the band's problem? Like,
not my problem. We brought the people here.
Exactly. Yeah. Sell THC products. Sell, elevated water cocktail. I don't know what you want to do, but that shouldn't be a point of opposition to not allow people to sell their own merch and reap all the benefits of that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress. I think that's the word I should use there.
I think so.
Kalen, anything else you want to talk about? Any updates? Any announcements? What's your favorite Trailer Park episode? Is it Conky episodes?
All the Conky ones are good. All the Conky ones are good. All the Sam Squamch ones are good.
Sam Squamch, yeah.
From season 2.5 on.
There was, I think it was like maybe season 7 or 8 where I'm like, okay, this is getting a little bit too much. The when they open up the strip club in
the park.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is getting, I don't know, this is weird for me. And then seeing drunken Leahy, who's all blue, like that was a sad moment. Like, okay, this is now hitting, like his alcoholism is certainly.
I miss him so much.
I actually reached out to his daughter, Sarah, and told her, like, through Instagram, like, hey, your father was an amazing actor. I still watch Trailer Park Boys to this day, and it's one of my favorite shows. And she didn't have to, but she responded and was like, oh, thank you so much. That means the world to me. And I'm like, yes, awesome. Thank you for responding. But yeah, I definitely miss him. So, all right. Well, on that note.
Headlining. April. I think at the beginning of April to the end of April.
Cool. Your own tour, a venue, what? Okay.
It's a whole tour.
All right. Here in America, North America, South
America.
All right.
You can find the dates.
Yeah,
on
it's
Instagram.
fine.
At 0.
We'll use the thing called the internet. All right, dude. Well, that's all I got. Thank you so much for taking the time to come all the way down here.
Thanks for
to the
having
south
me.
of Austin. I really appreciate this conversation, and best of luck in 2026.
Same to you.
Hopefully, you get that the drumhead cover deal or something. I don't know, something works out.
We'll see.
Evans, would Evans
Remo. Only Remo.
only Remo? What if Evans offered you like a sweet
It
deal?
would be hard because
like
I've
1.2 million a year plus our drum.
Well,
heads.
there would never be money involved. I don't know. I get attached to things,
Yeah.
and that's all I've used ever.
Okay.
So it'd be hard for me.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. All right.